Let's do some watercolor troubleshooting. I want to talk about 4 common problems in watercolor and how to fix them or address them. And we're going to start with probably the most common issue I see, and that is dull colors. And this could be coming from 2 main places. The first is that you should always activate your paints. If you try to grab some color from your dried pans, you're not going to get that much. However, if you spray them or drop a little water on them, you're going to get a lot more bright color. And the second potential for problems in this area has to do with mixing custom colors. And for this, you're going to need to know a little bit about the color wheel. Colors that are on the opposite side of the color wheel are called complementary colors, and they can be used to kind of dull colors down. And that can be a really useful thing. However, when it comes to mixing up bright, vibrant colors, it can make things tricky. It'll probably be more useful to explore this using an example. So let's say I want to mix up a purple color. In order to mix a purple, you're going to need a blue and then a red or pink. And what we want to keep in mind is that when we're selecting that pink to go with the blue, we don't want to choose the color that's closest to its complement. And blue's complement is orange, so you want to make sure that if you're trying to mix up a vibrant purple color, you're going to want to stay away from any sort of a red that has an orange-leaning tint to it. Our next common problem is backruns, and backruns are where we get these kind of uneven drying areas, and the easiest way to fix this is to make sure that you don't leave puddles of water on your paper. If you end up having more water than you anticipated and you end up with a little puddle, the way that you fix this is to take your brush, dry it off really well, and then you can just touch it to that puddle and suck up that extra water. Number 3 is you accidentally drip something on your paper that you didn't want to be there. And for this, we just want to work quickly and grab something like a paper towel and quickly blot it onto the paper and pull it right up. It can leave a little something on the paper, but for the most part, you're not going to be able to see it once you paint on top of it. And our 4th problem that I see a ton in my comments is that tape keeps ripping your paper. The good news is that it has a lot less to do with the type of tape that you're using. I use masking tape or washi tape for this, and sometimes it can rip my paper, but there are a few simple tricks that you can use to reduce the risk of ripping. The first has to do with heat. If you heat up your tape a little bit, it will kind of help to release that adhesive. Don't heat it too much or it will transfer it onto the paper. And the second thing is to go slowly, because if it starts to rip and you're going too quickly, you're not going to be able to stop it. The third and probably most important one though I've found is to pull the edge away from the center of the page. Don't pull from the edge. If you pull from the edge towards the center, that's where the paper is most fragile, and so it runs the biggest risk of ripping your paper. Have you run into any of these problems, and if so, do you have different solutions, or how do you deal with them?